Good afternoon, good evening, early evening. You are here at Loddon Valley, NBL Division 1 action. NBL Division 1 action. The visiting Derby Trailblazers take on the home team, Reading Rockets. I'm joined by my main man, Ben Fish. Fish, how are you?
Yes, very good. Thoroughly enjoyed the WNBL Division 1 women's game where the Rockets recorded a 67-57 win, but really looking forward to this game, I must tell you.
Fantastic. I was at a school fair, so I couldn't come to that one.
Ah, okay.
However, I'm here now. I'm in the house. We're 2.5 minutes away from tip, and we're going to have a good one here, aren't we, Fish? And, let's talk a little bit about visiting Derby Trailblazers. A bit of a juggernaut lineup, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have, and I mean they've added Eric Donaldson to their lineup as well, which is incredible. Ryan Brugman, Jace Harrison, Raheem May Thompson, Jonas Dietrich, Malcolm Smith. I mean,
yikes! Yeah,
it's a really heavy roster, and it's no wonder they're challenging at the top of NBL Division 1.
In-house crew here whipping up a storm in the seats. Fans are on their feet, clapping away. That being said about Derby, Reading's last time out, or very recent time out, 124 points put up, so they're in a good vein of form too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really interesting to see they shot the ball really well, but the Hemel Storm managed to cap that last night, scoring 87 points from beyond the arc, which is
didn't they go something ridiculous?
29 from 43, which is absolutely incredible. So yeah, the Rockets have been in much better form. 2 really good wins against the Thames Valley Cavaliers and the Essex Rebels. So I'm really looking forward to this one. There could be a possible upset on the cards here.
Well, yeah, let's have a really quick look at Derby as we go through the lineups. It's a very, very strong starting five. Ryan Brugman, Jace Harrison, Raheem May Thompson, Jonas Dietrich and Malcolm Smith. That'll be one of the best starting fives you will find in this division. It's Donaldson, Charlie Brown, Simeon Perry, Wilmot and Carter who make up the bench for Derby. Reading Rockets start with Jemiah Jenkins, Reese Pinnock, Ben Dixon, Troy Cracknell and Jordan Jackson. The bench is Lewis Champion, Finn Porter, Ash Kitchen, Zach Powell and Pistol Pete Walker. So let's get you on the hook, Fish. Predictions.
What, in this game?
Just for life in general.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a really good game. I think that the Rockets will need to do a really good job on the glass. They'll need to do a really good job in keeping their key players quiet. But I think with Derby's depth, that could be the telling factor. But if Rockets can if they can keep with the Trailblazers early on, especially in the first half, I think they can probably keep with them the rest of the game. I think it's if Derby get an early lead, I think that's when it can be tricky for the Rockets, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think we've seen a couple of games go that way this season already, where it is that, well, depth is probably part of it, but when you play a team like Derby, you've got to stay consistent defensively. You've got to keep being able to score the ball. Any gaps, and they'll certainly form some little runs here and there, and we know those little runs accumulate to big margins. So teams are hitting the floor now.
What I will say, Mark, is last time out, I thought that Reese Pinnock and Ben Dixon did a great job for the Rockets. They scored 31 points between them and a number of rebounds. So I think those two have to contribute again today. And I think that the contribution of Jordan Jackson and Finn Porter from the interior is going to be a must. I think if they can do that, they have a really good chance in this game. Definitely
so. Some improved performances from around the Rockets lineup and some guys getting involved and kind of late into Christmas and post-Christmas, Samet Narazade sort of got Troy Jackson going, Troy Cracknell, going, well, as I said, Jordan Jackson at the tip and crossed the two over. Here we are, first possession. Dixon and Jackson, here's Jemiah Jenkins off the down screen. He takes the early first shot, and that's a first 2 on the board for Reading Rockets.
Yeah, nice action by the Rockets. Jenkins coming off the screen, knocking down the shot. Good feelings early on.
Early foul from Jordan Jackson on Malcolm Smith, and again, probably don't want to chase him out there, and that's an early foul to give up for a guy you need on the floor. Sideline with Smith and the Trailblazers. This is Brugman who can really fill it up as well. Dietrich also a weapon from the perimeter. that one goes out for a Reading ball.
Yeah, Jonas Dietrich has done a really good job for the Trailblazers this year. He's come into the group, the former Loughborough rider, I believe.
You are correct. This is Jackson, hand off again. Same action the other way. This is back with Jenkins against Jace Harrison. Cracknell, he'll go at May Thompson, foul line pull-up, looks a little bit long, doesn't get the friendly roll. It's Brueggemann who clears. Into the front court against Dixon. Good match up there. Skip this time to Harrison. He looks step back, nothing doing. This is May Thompson. He'll get a little running right-hander to go, and lovely touch from Raheem May Thompson going right.
Yeah, Raheem May Thompson, an excellent talent for the Trailblazers, and a tough matchup for anybody because he can play the 3 or 4.
Yeah, looks good. This is Dixon now. Had a lot of the mid-range going in the last game, nothing doing, and Pinnock on the boards. Can't keep that one alive. 2-2 hit. Lobbed inside to May Thompson. He'll get an easy 2. But he's fouled, and I think that will be the second on Jordan Jackson, or was it on Troy Cracknell?
It is indeed on Troy Cracknell there, as Cracknell was trying to front due to the mismatch. Rockets really need to work on that backside help.
As Raheem May Thompson's at the line, thanks everybody for joining us on this stream. 82 of us join, that's great numbers early on. Thanks for everybody from Derby who's dialed in. Very pleased we can give you this high quality stream. That's a bit of a trek down here to us in the south, isn't it? So really thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see lots of people on board, online.
Jordan Jackson fan clubs in the house on the stream. Good to see you again. This is Cracknell with Pinnock. Dietrich just goes under the screen and roll. This time it's handed off with Jenkins. Cracknell, this is Dixon who can get to the middle with a running right-hander. Nice touch from Dixon, who feels like he was bumped along the way.
Yeah,
nothing doing.
Tough bucket from Ben Dixon there. Missed his first 3, but that didn't let him slip his confidence.
We've had it before. It's May Thompson. They'll go backdoor to Dietrich. Nice cut from Dietrich. Couldn't get the finish. And now the Rockets are out and running. They've got 4-on-2 here. It's with Cracknell. He goes to the runner. Gets his own rebound and will reset 14 on the shot clock. This is Pinnock unguarded. Goes to the crossover. Nice step inside. It's a lovely move from Reece Pinnock, who goes crossover, Euro step, and finishes with the left.
Yeah, we've talked about Reece Pinnock playing in transition and playing one-on-one, and that's an excellent bucket for the Rockets, number 5.
Great footwork from Jordan Jackson to get around Malcolm Smith, and Malcolm Smith continues to be such a force in this division.
Yes, he's done so for many years now, and is a mainstay in this Derby Trailblazers team.
And this is Smith. Jab step, gets all the way down the lane, and that's how versatile he is.
Yeah, I would say that's a little too easy, probably for the Rockets' liking. Went past Jackson pretty easily there.
Jenkins behind the Jordan Jackson screen will get it back from Pinnock. They'll go screen and roll, and they go under it again, asking Jenkins to shoot. He does, but doesn't get it. May Thompson running, finds Harrison in the corner. Nice lefty release, and that one goes for the corner 3 from Jace Harrison.
Yeah, and that's how the Trailblazers can really score in bunches and hurt you. Really fast in transition, penetrating to the bucket, kick out, and Jace Harrison there knocking down the 3 ball.
Derby lead this one 9-6. Just under 3 minutes gone in this first quarter. Cracknell got to that elbow where he likes, just loses the handle. Pinnock handoff with Jenkins will be called for the travel.
Yes, I think Jemiah Jenkins is going to have to look at. He's obviously being defended by going under in on the pick and roll. And again, Jenkins can knock down the 3 ball, but I think he's going to have to score in multiple ways today if the Rockets are to be successful.
Smith on the elbow. Dietrich fires away. He's 0 for 2 from 3 already, but trying to get his eye, and this is Cracknell out and running. Derby have numbers back. Pinnock on this left wing. They go early screen and roll. Pinnock dials his own number from distance. Nothing doing, but better aggression from Pinnock, and they try and run out in transition. Rockets back in numbers. Dietrich against Dixon. Defended well. left wing with Brueggemann. Harrison looking for it. They'll try and get inside to Malcolm Smith. They do, and that is what makes him such a handful. Movement, good body positioning, very, very difficult to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. He really worked Jordan Jackson's footwork there. Great pass inside, and he laid it in for 2.
Jenkins finds Cracknell on a stagger. He's off to the right. It never looked like going in. Didn't get his feet under him. And it's 11-6 Derby. Got to keep an eye on this one. And Jace Harrison's that very strong left hand. That's flipped up and in, and the lead has extended to 7 quite quickly.
Yeah, the Trailblazers really punishing the Rockets in transition for their missed shots. Cracknell hasn't quite got going yet, but hopefully for the Rockets' point of view, he will.
Jackson in that short corner, and he stems the flow there. Nice to see that from Jordan Jackson, stepping out to 12 feet.
Yeah, definitely. Him and Finn Porter from the short corner and from the high post have been pretty successful in these last couple of games.
Harrison crosses over Dixon. Smart foul from the veteran. Gets him on the floor before he gets anywhere closer to the basket. Hometown kid Lewis Champion checks in for Reece Pinnock, who's had a good start to the game.
Yeah, Pinnock is going to be definitely influential defensively later on in this game for sure.
Coach Josh Thorne in the comments already, big fan of Thorny. Defensive schemes, looking at doubling Malcolm Smith early, might be a good call, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be something that the Rockets have in their
in
locker.
The locker?
Yeah, in the locker, yeah.
Very good. Champion chases Brueggemann on the down screen. He'll try and go round him. Good defence there from Champion, but Brueggemann just rises up. Tough shot.
Yeah, Ryan Brueggemann is excellent. Catch and shoot 3 or off the bounce. That's a tough bucket for the Trailblazers.
There's the kind of handoff continuity from Rockets, and here's Jenkins versus Harrison. We'll find Dixon from the left. He makes that one, and it's a triple, and the Rockets just not quite going away here. Back to 16-11.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying about Dixon. He's shot the ball really well in the last couple of weeks, and he's continuing in that form.
Charlie Brown's checked in for Jonas Dietrich. Apologies if I missed that one. And here's Smith again. They will. Good show from Cracknell. Gets the possession, stays with Derby, but the show from Cracknell helped slow down Malcolm Smith. Excellent defense from the Rockets. Finn Porter checks in for Jordan Jackson.
Yes, Charlie Brown, known as the assist king for the Derby Trailblazers.
Smith again front rims this one, and Jemiah Jenkins in for the rebound. It's Jenkins early pull in transition, and he makes this straight down the pipe from Jemiah Jenkins, and that's good to see him getting going early.
Yeah, Jenkins likes that one. Great job in transition from Jemiah Jenkins, reduces the arrears to 2.
Harrison left side will go all the way down the lane of Finn Porter, drops it off, looked like a hint of a travel there, very choppy on the pickup. Gets away with it, drops it off to Malcolm Smith for 2.
Absolutely, the Trailblazers are about to bring new signing Eric Donaldson into the game as well.
And there's an offensive foul called. I was just looking at Eric Donaldson just as I took my eye off the action for a split second, but an offensive foul's been called on Jemiah Jenkins.
Yeah, we'd probably need to have a look at that one back, I would say.
Watch the game, perhaps. Brian Balser joining us on the live stream. I can't get my words out today either. You and me both, fumbling early.
Absolutely.
Unforced errors.
Yes. No aces yet.
And there's an unforced error from the Derby Trailblazers as Dixon finally picks it up, finds Champion. Brian Balser's dad, coached by Dave Titmus. Plenty of legacy as Champion pulls up for 3. 18-17, 3 minutes to go in this one. It started out quick. We've got ourselves a good game here.
Certainly has. The Rockets shooting the ball well early on. They just need to stem the flow a bit.
Harrison going left. Porter on the boards, and this Jenkins out and running. That should be some version of an unsportsmanlike, I would think, but maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think he was the last man, but because the leg was raised, that's what the referees are discussing. Let's have a look, see what they say. they have indeed gone for the unsportsmanlike.
That's my refereeing qualification coming in well there. I don't have one. You do, though.
But a big... I think this is a big moment for the Rockets here, Mark, because they've got 2 shots and they'll have a possession. So we'll see. And that's also 2 fouls on Jace Harrison. So quite a big call there.
The former BA London Lions man. 2 fouls early. Very tricky, very good scorer as well. So that will certainly hurt the Trailblazers lineup. Jenkins misses the first of the technical free throws, makes the second. As Fish says, possession back to Reading. Tied up at 18.
Indeed, and Zach Powell's coming into the game for the Rockets. He's been a lively signing for the home team.
Inbound with Porter. This is Champion. Cross screen for Cracknell, who wants it against Dietrich. Will get low, goes to the turnaround, and that would be a tough shot if it goes, and that's Eric Gordon on the boards there. Eric Donaldson, excuse me, on the boards for his first one. Back with Cracknell. This is Porter on the baseline. He'll get to the middle, and that's just ripped away by Malcolm Smith. Spent a few hours in the gym.
He certainly has, and that was a big play from Malcolm Smith.
This is Charlie Brown finds Smith against Porter. Puts it on the deck, goes to the crossover, and that's just great move from Malcolm Smith, and that is as versatile a big as you will get in this division.
Absolutely, and that's why I think Malcolm Smith is a tough matchup for anybody, because he is so versatile. He can score inside, he can score from... His mid-range game has improved significantly, and he can go off the bounce from the perimeter.
Inside, that was Pinnock, who's just checked back into the game. He's going to the line for 2.
Yeah, good to see Pinnock getting to the rim and getting fouled.
I have that annoying thing where I forget to mute my laptop, and I can definitely hear something all the time, and I don't know what it is, and then I realise that it's my laptop playing the stream every game.
Yes, I did wonder. Mine was already on mute, but that's because I've already done a game, which was really fun.
And you're the consummate professional.
Try to be.
Strong.
Pinnock's gone 1 from 2 there.
2019, and I'd say we've got a full house here, Fish. As good as.
Yeah, really good atmosphere again at Loddon Valley, and it's definitely a great place to be right now.
Porter inside again. This one's knocked away by Cracknell. The scramble to Dietrich in the corner. He misses the 3, but it's with Charlie Brown on the rebound. Pinnock takes the charge, going the other way, and refs confer there's a thumbs up from across the court, and going the other way this one.
So 2 things there. I think the first thing is Rockets are going to have to do a really good job on the boards. Rebounding is going to be vital, but second of all, Reece Pinnock, and we said just before he went out the first time that his defensive presence is going to be important, and there he was, right in the right position to take the charge. Good job from Reece Pinnock.
Here is Pinnock again on the ball. Reverses through Porter, Powell, now Dixon. Nice movement again from Reading. Champion thinks about his second, made his first. Great tip from Pinnock on the boards. Doesn't keep it alive. Brown goes the other way against Champion. He'll get quite deep here, challenged by Porter, and there's a big scramble, and it's with the hands of Finn Porter. Dixon the other way. Champion on his left will put it on the floor and should lay this one easy. Just drops it off to Pinnock, and that's lovely from the Rockets in transition.
Yeah, really good. They defended that possession better, and really good score in transition.
Brugman off balance, doesn't get that one going. It's Pinnock out and running again. No numbers this time. A few of the Rockets joining the offense. Now with Champion, crosses the other way against Charlie Brown, all the way for the reverse lefty, and nice from Champion, and the Rockets lead this one by 3. 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, they've got the Trailblazers to shoot 2 early shots. That's been really advantageous for the Rockets.
Smith walks into the foul line jumper, doesn't get that one to go. 16 on the shot clock, 23-20 in this first quarter. Champion all the way round to Dixon on the left here. They'll go screen and roll with Porter. There's that short corner again that Fish mentioned earlier. Zach Powell on the boards this time, and 13 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. Ball in the hands of Ryan Brueggemann at the end of the first. Switching everything, says Coach Nurizade. Handed off to Dietrich. Powell plays that one well. Brueggemann, no time on the shot clock. That's gone. No time, and Reading closed the quarter strongly from being 7 down. They lead this one 23-20, and what a first quarter we've had here at the Valley.
Yeah, really good, and it's been good to see that the Rockets were at an early deficit, but I think because they've improved significantly over these recent weeks, they didn't go away at all. They kept going. They seem to have found some ways to defend the Trailblazers' key players, and really good that they've been able to score in transition and knock down a couple of important shots. Very positive early on from the Rockets.
As you see the action from the first quarter here on the live stream at Loddon Valley, common theme in the comments is Rockets slowing down Derby a little bit and executing themselves. I think that's probably a fair assessment.
Yeah, definitely. As we mentioned late in the first quarter, the Rockets managed to get the Trailblazers to kind of rush their offense, which meant they could play in transition. And I think the Rockets have played some pretty disciplined offense again. They did that against the Thames Valley Cavaliers as well, so it's really good to see the progression of the Rockets offense.
Excellent stuff here, and great to see such a strong home support. The new home of the Reading Rockets, Loddon Valley, this season seems to really fit, doesn't it? Works really well. There's barely an empty seat in the house. Lots of people in the mezzanine.
You just can't help but laugh at that word. That's incredible. But what I will say is that the feel here is really, really good. I think everybody that's visited has been very complimentary, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to this second quarter. It's been a great game so far.
You'll see the drop off there at the end of the game from Champion to Pinnock. A lovely bit of transition offense. And we are getting ready for this second quarter. 23-20 again. Big thank you to everybody who has joined us on the live stream. Keep those comments going. Community's talking. We'd love to see that. 133 of us in here tonight. So get those numbers up. We may well win with a good finish, but certainly a good time to tell your friends about this stream. And we're here with Charlie Brown. Rockets have come out in what I thought was a zone. Maybe a zone for a couple of passes, but they're back to man. And it's Zach Powell who fouls to the desperation of head coach Samit Nurizade.
Right now, I feel that the matchup with Raheem May-Thompson is going to be the key one for the Rockets. They kind of struggled a little bit early on before he went out of the game. He is a very versatile player and generally has to be defended by a smaller player by the Rockets.
Morgan Carter in for the Derby Trailblazers. They've got Charlie Brown, Raheem May-Thompson, Jonas Dietrich and Ryan Brueggemann on the floor. Rockets have got Champion, Zach Powell, Dixon, Jackson and Pinnock. May-Thompson makes a pair, 1 point ball game. And a bit of extended pressure here from Derby at the start of the second. Just slowing Reading's transition down a bit, and they'll come back to a 2-3 zone. Been a bit of the Achilles heel of Reading this season, seeing a bit of zone. Powell from the corner way off, and looked way off. He's going to have to put that up quickly. Shot clock's winding down, should have just gone up with it. Brown the other way. Played by Pinnock. Dixon on Brueggemann. This is Champion on Raheem May-Thompson. They've got a mismatch. Travel called. Quite fortunate there as the 6'7" May-Thompson was matched up with Lewis Champion.
Yeah, just a point now, just to talk about the Trailblazers head coach, Matt Shaw. I think probably one of the most underrated coaches in the division. Does a fantastic job preparing his teams against their opponents every week, but also always assembles a great roster, and the Trailblazers have been really positive in Division 1.
Cracknell pull up three, and it looks like that's going to be the MO for Derby, to go under that sort of action, make Cracknell shoot the three. Certainly prefers the mid-range. This is Thompson and Cracknell. Thompson to the turnaround. It's a lovely spin and finish on the mid-range jumper from Raheem May-Thompson.
Yeah, tough shot by May-Thompson, and just using his size and versatility to shoot it over Cracknell there.
Champion the other way. He will go around the high screen on this zone. Dixon wide open this time, right wing, and makes that one. And Dixon carrying his form over with another triple. That's his second of the evening. Keeps Rockets ahead by 2.
Yeah, great shot from Ben Dixon. Seems really confident to knock that one down at the moment.
Nice show defensively by Dixon on the front from Cracknell. They'll try and skip out to Brueggemann. He's 2 feet behind 3. Front rims this one, and it's cleared by Jackson. Finds Dixon out and running. There's no numbers. Dixon will just keep going. Plows down the lane and flips up the righty finish.
What a finish from Ben Dixon.
Lovely from Dixon.
Great job from Ben Dixon there.
Dietrich corner. Still can't get it going. Although probably will. We've seen Matt Shaw take a timeout in front of us. Jenkins all the way in. A lot of time to look at this one from Champion. Doesn't get it to go, and Jackson can't get a hand on it. Brueggemann the other way. He'll hand off with Dietrich on that left wing. Looking to go inside. It's May-Thompson matched up with Cracknell. Brown and Champion. He'll go over that screen. Carter with the 3, and that will hit the basketball stanchion above. And that will be a Reading Rockets ball. Timeout. Derby Trailblazers. This one's 28-24, 7:26 to go. And what do you think Matt Shaw's seen there? Just an execution thing offensively and needed to call timeout?
Yeah, I think so. I think his team have shot quite a few. His team have shot quite a few threes in recent possessions, and I think for Brueggemann especially, like, he needs to shoot in rhythm, and he's taken a couple of threes which have just been out of rhythm because they couldn't find another option. I think going through May-Thompson is going to be key for them, but the Rockets defended that better the second time around, and he had to pitch the ball out. The Rockets seem to be protecting their paint pretty well at the moment, making the Trailblazers shoot the 3 and also getting the ball out of the hands of the key guys. So I think he's just going to make a couple of adjustments, and this is what Matt Shaw does really well. He will make those adjustments, and I think we'll see a slightly different side of the coin when the Trailblazers come back out.
Leaders here, Ben Dixon's got 10 for the Rockets. Malcolm Smith and Raheem May-Thompson have 8 apiece for the Trailblazers. Jackson's got 3 rebounds with Pinnock. Jamar Jenkins has 3 assists. Dietrich and Harrison have an assist each for the Trailblazers. So coming back out, we'll see what adjustments have been made by Matt Shaw. It's Rockets ball. They'll still extend the pressure.
You'd expect a bit of pressure here, but
going back to the man. Obviously the zone not doing what it needed to do for Coach Shaw. Hand off into high pick and roll. Jenkins again, it looks long, and it was cleared, and Derby out and running. Difficult for Smith to gather, but he does, and tough finish from Malcolm Smith, who gathers the strong lead pass.
Yeah, great find to Malcolm Smith, but I think the Rockets need to put him in the pick and roll a little bit more.
This is Jenkins with Cracknell. Haven't quite balanced the floor here, but Cracknell goes straight, puts it on the floor, tries the layup, and struggling from the floor is Troy Cracknell this evening, and Dixon tries to steal.
Raheem May-Thompson asking for the unsportsmanlike foul there.
Love that.
Yeah, veteran of the league, just checking in with the officials.
Just want to see if we're going to even this up. Well, there was one earlier. Maybe we even it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, big fan of that. Eric Donaldson back in for the Trailblazers. Brueggemann finds Donaldson. Smith with the high low to Raheem May-Thompson, and lovely execution, and gets the nod of approval from Matt Shaw. Clearly seeing a bit more of what he wants.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why, as we said, like, that timeout was a really good one for Matt Shaw and his team. Come out with a little bit of a change in causing Rockets some different problems to have to overcome.
Jenkins again. It's a high pass caught by Cracknell. He puts on the floor, comes to the step back. Nice from Cracknell, but again, still not quite there. And Zach Powell keeps that one alive with Dixon. Now foul line. Cracknell desperate to get going and gets one to go from about 10 feet.
Yeah, he needed that one, and he's definitely going to be key to the Rockets if they're to have success this afternoon.
Dietrich Donaldson, reverse through Brueggemann. High-low again, looking for it. A lot of hands in there from May Thompson. Donaldson from 3 and makes that one. Big shot from Eric Donaldson for 3.
Yeah, Eric Donaldson, brother of former Rocket Sidney Donaldson.
Is that true?
It is very true, and son of the legendary Dip Donaldson.
Yeah,
absolutely. So good to see him on court here in the UK.
I remember Dip Donaldson being he's like 6'10", isn't he? He's massive.
Yeah, him and Derek Pope for the Coventry Crusaders.
Yeah.
Is incredible.
I remember playing as a junior for the men's team and watching a 6'10" guy walk the ball down the floor as the point guard on like half the possessions. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was the biggest front court, back court I've ever seen.
The biggest front court, back court.
Yeah,
that'll be a phrase we use in the future. The front court, back court.
Absolutely. Well, Troy Cracknell managed to get fouled on that possession. I think he's going to go to the line for 3.
Yeah, it took me a while actually to put those together until somebody told me when Sydney was here, and I had a quick chat with him about his dad, and I did not know, and now we do. Another Donaldson gracing the NBL pastures.
Absolutely.
Cracknell makes the first. Brian Balser dropping in the full name, Robert Dip Donaldson. Good point. I don't actually remember the first name. Only ever knew Dip.
Yeah, fantastic man. A real friend of the Rockets for sure.
Cracknell makes the first 2 of his 3. And goes 3 for 3, and making 3 free throws will also help get your eye in as a scorer. May Thompson against Powell goes to the left-right crossover, skipped out to Donaldson, who we were speaking about moments ago. Stuck on that baseline, finds Smith. That one's long. Donaldson with the hand, and it just tips it up and in, and nice from Eric Donaldson, but the Rockets really needed to clear that one. Right wing with Jemai Jenkins. Cracknell and Champion. Jackson to Powell. He's called for the first step travel. Had a couple of those. Good to see they were on top of that. Wouldn't want the game to be disrupted in any way.
Absolutely.
With illegal travels.
Yes, most definitely. But that's a turnover that the Rockets really didn't need at that particular point. A little bit of momentum now with the Trailblazers.
Tied here at 33, but as Fish says, sort of swaying a little bit. The adjustments, I'm sure, have worked. They've settled into the groove, and this is Donaldson, who made his first 3, front rims his second, and Jackson just tips that away from Malcolm Smith, and Cracknell out and running, finds Jenkins in the corner. He fires up a 3 and makes it, and Rockets back in front, 4:15 to go.
Well done, Jordan Jackson. Really fought to tip that rebound, and Rockets playing in transition again, and a great bucket from Jemai Jenkins.
Donaldson down the lane, but it's Cracknell who takes the charge against Donaldson. Second charge of the evening taken by the Rockets. Turnover on Derby. Charlie Brown checks back in for Donaldson.
Yeah, and that's
his third foul.
Yeah, I was just about to say, foul number 3 for him, so that's quite an important one, as he's been influential in his first game for the Trailblazers last week.
Jenkins, Champion, Powell, Jackson, Cracknell. Jenkins, who just made his last one, left wide open, makes another one. Jemai Jenkins with back-to-back triples for the Rockets.
Yeah, things you love to see for the home team. Big bucket from Jenkins.
Nearly knocked away by Cracknell, and the broken play ends up in the hands of the only guy you don't want it to end up with right next to the rim, and that's Malcolm Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. But credit to the Trailblazers. They always seem to find, even in broken play, the right man. And Yeah, you expect that from them. They're not at the top of the division for no reason.
Absolutely. Smith at the line. Misses the extra. Jenkins thought about another, and you wouldn't blame him. He's made his last two. This time they chase him over the screen. Mosby to go under. Cracknell thought about the three. He gets to the elbow. Finds Porter on that baseline. Gets the friendly Loddon Valley roll to get it to go.
Yeah, that seems to be what we're calling it now. But Finn Porter from the short corner nails the baseline jumper. Malcolm Smith returned the favour in that possession.
Sessuave and Aaron Rye have taken some time out of their busy schedule of canning 50 million threes a game to come and join us on the stream. Appreciate it, fellas. Nice to see you here. Cracknell from distance. Half pulled out of it as he was challenged by Raheem May-Thompson. Fouls on the floor. That's Cracknell.
We talk about Seth Suave. He made 7 from 8 threes yesterday. As I've said before, one of the best shooters in the division. And yeah, incredible contribution to that 29 from 43.
Yeah, incredible numbers. I was seeing how long the history books go back through John Hobson's social, and it doesn't go back that far, but I think it's only been bested by a Worthing Thunder outing in 2005. But Hobbs is a homer for Worthing anyway, so I won't believe it till I see it. Champion crosses up Charlie Brown, but decides to go back out to Pinnock. This is Pinnock, gets himself down the lane. He's fouled by Thompson. Again, great to see, but real growth from Reece Pinnock to be taking that one and looking to finish.
Well, I think the other thing is that Reece Pinnock last week had 0 turnovers, and that was to go with his 14 points and 11 rebounds. And I think that's it's a real plus for the Rockets.
It's become a who's who of NBL Division 1 in the comment section.
Yeah, the Hemel Storm guys seem to be having a little bit of fun with each other.
Pinnock makes his first free throw. Rockets lead this one 42-37. 2:23 to go. Bit of on-the-go coaching with Nurazade, Champion and Jenkins, and Pinnock with the roll for the second one. Champion extends a bit of pressure. Brown rushed, tries to find Smith. Has the desired effect from Rockets. A bit of pressure from Champion forces a turnover. 16 on the shot clock. Champion goes to that left hand all the way in. Finds Jenkins in the corner. He finds Pinnock left wing. Great from the Rockets, all the way down the lane and one, and what a possession from the Ray Rockets.
Beautiful basketball, and it was instigated by Lewis Champion with that jab cross. He was being forced right, but he said no, drove to the left. Rockets with great reversal, and Pinnock finishing at the rim for 2.
Timeout on the floor, 45-37. Just under 2 to go in this quarter before the half, and quite a matchup we've seen so far, and Reading doing a good job of containing the Trailblazers in their second quarter.
Yes, and I think with Eric Donaldson on the bench with 3 fouls, that has helped the Rockets somewhat. They've been able to pressure the ball a little bit more. Raheem May-Thompson came out the game as well, and I think Rockets have exploited the Trailblazers in terms of their defence. They've moved the ball well, they've defended well. So yeah, very positive so far from the home team.
Certainly gearing up well, and as I said before, appreciate everybody joining us on this live stream. 170 of us now, numbers going up. This has got to be a 200 sort of evening, isn't it, by the time this is all said and done? 200 plus on the live stream?
I imagine so, yeah.
Well, confident. Didn't even think, just said I imagine so. Just
yeah.
Unbridled amounts of confidence.
Excellent. I'm just glad you've still got that in your game.
Never goes, mate. Never goes. No one will know about me, though. So I'm old news at the ripe age of 37. We're in our 30s.
Both in our 30s, yes.
Pinnock back to the line after the and one. Makes that one, gets through the old-fashioned way. More pressure from the Rockets as Jenkins up on Brueggemann into the front court. They're going to look high-low with Smith. Perry on the spin. Brueggemann looked for the contact. Lovely up and under. Kept alive by Smith. Flown in from Pinnock, who comes away with it. And that is what you need. He just fumbles it on the transition, and Smith lays it in. Tough one from Pinnock. He annoyed himself, but it really was a big play to come up with that rebound.
It certainly was, and that's always the temptation, isn't it, after rebound, just to try to bust out and capitalise on your advantage, but there is a threat of turnover as well.
Yeah, I'm not one to comment on officials, because I'm unqualified and shouldn't. Sometimes, just because the screen looks good and a bit heavy, it's not an illegal screen.
Absolutely, and I think the other thing is I remember many years ago that some of the coaches were talking to some of the officials about defenders running into screens on purpose, and actually the foul would be with the defensive player.
Yeah, we saw the Trailblazers fans, although we've got many on the live stream and we appreciate you joining. A few have made the long trip down south. Some drums and some noise, always appreciated here at the Valley. Smith gets to his left hand and just bulldozes his way down, nothing doing, and I think there's a right to be a bit upset with the no foul call there. Dixon finds Porter, and he puts the two-handed stuff.
Yes, Finn Porter.
A massive rebound. There's plenty of contact down here.
Yeah, the Rockets rebounding well at the moment.
Jenkins, Pinnock, Champion thought about the three. He'll get himself all the way to the rim. Left hand, nothing doing, and lots of contact. No whistles at the minute, and now Samit Nurizadeh has whistled for the technical foul.
I think actually that the technical foul's gone against the bench. Referee John Letitia has just signalled that. Nevertheless, that will be one shot.
This built on a few possessions though, didn't it? Because Smith had a lot of contact down here, went the other way, then there was a lot of contact on the rebound, then it went the other way, and I think it just built up, and I can understand why Nurizadeh's ended up with the technical.
Yes, hard game to referee. I think that the previous possession with Malcolm Smith, Reece Pinnock did a great job of being vertical, but I think he was fouled from elsewhere. And I think actually Lewis Champion, it looked like he was caught on the arm as he went to finish there. So a little bit of frustration, but a difficult game to officiate. Very physical right now.
40-48, 26 to go in this one. Shot clock at 24 after the technical. So Rockets will have another possession, although there will be a timeout before that happens.
Well, catch your breath. What a second quarter this has been. What a game this has been.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's been great so far, and Rockets just edging it 48-40, as I said. And what do you think Samit Nurizadeh is talking about now? I guess he's probably hoping he gets the ball back with a little bit of time. He doesn't wind down all 24 seconds. I think he's planning out what they do with the last possession.
Yeah, most definitely. Always an interesting one to take. Do you give the other team a chance to draw something up? So that's always the risk, but perhaps he just needed to realign his team. What he doesn't want is back-to-back baskets from the Trailblazers. He wants to try and keep the gap that the Rockets have very deservedly, I might say, created.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're good value for their 8-point lead at the minute. You know, I think, yes, Derby have not scored as well in this second quarter. However, I think a lot of that's down to some of the Rockets' adjustments, some of the defense. So yeah, you can see why the game has gone, why it's gone so far. Shots of both coaches. You know, this is always quite a crucial possession. It could be double digits for Reading, or it could be down to as little as 5 for Derby. So quite a crucial time.
Absolutely. Let's see what the Trailblazers come out with.
Rockets thought about doubling the inbound. It didn't happen. This is Brueggemann against Jenkins. They'll go 1-4 low here and look at one-on-one with Brueggemann. Rockets will pinch the middle of the lane, hope for a kick out. Derby trying to wind down as much of this shot clock as they can. Double screen and fouled, and it's a tough bailout, and that will disappoint Coach Nurazadeh, because that's one of those where you do everything right and bail them out at the end.
Yes, but also I think looking back, if we just watch back, I think Jenkins did get a little piece of the arm there on the shot, and as Coach Titmus always says, it's a finesse shot. So, you know, it's a foul.
Yeah, absolutely valid. See Matt Shaw. Again, this is those possessions, isn't it? 4.5 seconds to go in this one.
Yeah, the Rockets taking their second timeout, and I think that's probably just to give a bit of time for Brueggemann to think about his free throws. But also then he'll just set up the last 4.5 seconds. But yeah, as we said, what a half it's been. You know, a thrilling game of basketball, and it's great to have so many people tuning in to watch such a great advert for NBL Division 1.
Couldn't agree more. The stream's packed. We're packed in the house. Everybody go and have a look at the stats on how live streaming kills your home attendance. That's said with sarcasm, because it doesn't. But anyway, onwards and upwards.
Yeah,
appreciate everybody. I'm cutting you off, Fish. Because you're thinking, stop talking, Mark, but I'm not going to.
No, please carry on.
Appreciate everybody on the live stream. Lots of comments and some reconnecting through dads and sons. That's what's happening at the minute.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's when you know you're getting old.
But you love to see it, though.
You do love to see it.
Absolutely love to see it. And I think that's the sport of basketball as a whole, especially in this country, does bring that together. And I think that that appreciation for each other is really important.
That's Bailey Boom Tustin. He's getting told off behind the basket. How this relates to... I don't know why we're now getting pointed at. We're about to be in trouble.
Yes.
I don't know what for. I think the man on the mic... We're in trouble here. I don't really know why.
Well, we will see. Both teams have been called to their benches. I'm not entirely sure what's going to be happening here.
I've got a feeling that Bailey behind the mic is getting some noise going on the free throws.
I think he might have been ejected.
And we've been pointed at to sort this out. You've been called.
I'm going to have to leave for a second. It's lovely. It's been lovely, but I'll be back.
Incredible. Oh, this is just fantastic. I don't quite know. Fish has left me. It's just me. I hope you can still hear me, because it sounds really odd without Fish here. But I believe the in-house announcer has been told off for making too much noise or getting the crowd going, whatever it might be. Fish has been somehow told he's the designated official of some form to fix this problem. There you go. Fish has been off. He's figuring it out. I don't know where we go from here, but this is incredible. It's a scene that I've never seen before. But I think that's what happened. The crowd are wooing Ben Fish now, as if he's the person about to tell off the naughty child at school. But it's... we'll get to the bottom of it. When I know, you will know. I'm sure when Ben comes back, he'll tell us. But it's been really bizarre. Never seen anything like it. This last 4.5 seconds, taking about 14 minutes. Fish has got a big smile on his face. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this. We're all waiting because we're really excited to find out what's just happened.
Well, as the game day delegate...
Okay. Is that your official role?
Well, apparently so. And commentator. So
yeah.
that I've never ever had to do that before, but I've had such fun away. The in-crowd commentary team have received an official warning.
Amazing.
Due to comments made over the microphone and also their activity on the sideline. So
I cannot enjoy this any more than I am.
I know. Yeah, what a finish to the half, eh?
Bruggemann goes 1 for 2. They'll go long to Champion, who keeps it alive, but they've thrown it away, and that is really tough because Derby go 1 for 2. You get exactly what you want. 4.5 to go down the other end, and you turn it over and give the ball back with 3.4 on the clock.
Yeah, we did say we when it was like 29 seconds left, we did that. You know, what the Rockets didn't want was for the Trailblazers to have 2 possessions, and that's exactly what they've got.
Smith, tipped by Perry, doesn't go, and what was an electric ending off the floor has ended rather mildly on it.
Well, I think we've got to catch our breath in 2 senses. Number 1, because I've been running around, and number 2, because that's been a great half of basketball. I think the Rockets have done really, really well in that second quarter to progress and take the lead. And I think they've found some ways to stop the Trailblazers, although they've scored 40. It's going to be an intriguing second half, that's for sure.
We're going to sign off for the half-time. Appreciate everybody joining us. Come back in about 12 to 13 minutes. We'll be back on after we've had our half-time oranges. 48-41. Reading lead this. We've got fouls, warnings on in-house announcers. You can't ask for any more on a Sunday evening. Come join us again. 13 minutes. Welcome back to the Valley. We're here, NBL Division 1 action. Derby Trailblazers and Reading Rockets. Reading lead this one 48-41. About a minute to go before the half begins again. Now, Fish, you were very active at the end of the first half, but aside from your role in this game, how's it been?
Well, yes, I've had a very relaxing half-time after my various complaints. Some of the complaints will be false. But, no, going back to the basketball, what a great game it's been so far. You know, the Trailblazers taking an early lead in the game, but the Rockets seem to have found ways just to speed up the Trailblazers a little bit, and then they've scored well in transition, 48 points on the board, so that's something to be very pleased about. Malcolm Smith has 16. I think that's something that they'll be looking at. He's a very tough matchup. But yeah, I think for the Rockets, it'll be doing much the same. I think they'll be wanting to sort of kick on. They seem to have found some solutions. Let's see what the Trailblazers come out with. For the Trailblazers, I think it's important for them to get going early in this third quarter, and I expect that to be the case.
Teams heading back out onto the floor, and the slight bit of sarcasm in the comments. Has anyone else got an official warning at half-time? And I said, it's quite a good comment. No, they have not. There are no more official warnings.
No, just our announcer. He's not the Messiah, but he's a very naughty boy. He's a very naughty boy. So here we go for this second half.
Again, on the live stream, let's get everyone back in here. Second half underway with Jemiah Jenkins. Join us for this second half as we're just underway. This is Cracknell Jenkins. Cross screen here for Jackson. Derby do a nice job. Powell, he's on the down screen, and Jenkins, much like the first half, pulls up for three early and saved by Jackson. No, it isn't. It hits the baseline going the other way.
Yeah, and you can just see opening the quarter that the Trailblazers have really done their homework in terms of Rockets offense. Matt Shaw, one of the best scouting teams in the country for sure.
Harrison with Dietrich, Brueggemann. Screen and roll with May Thompson. They get the mismatch that they want. Harrison up the top, just really shorted it, and it helped him on the rebound, but it's ended up in the hands of Jackson, and now Champion. Champion the other way behind the Jackson screen, probing all the way down the lane, throws it back out to the top. Powell finds Jordan Jackson. Going to go one-on-one here with Smith, and called for the travel, and didn't quite see it myself, but might have been a little shuffle.
I was just about to say some actually really good post play by Jordan Jackson there. Just allowed actions to happen off the ball, was doubled, dribbled away from the double, found the open man, but the travel was indeed called.
Brueggemann into the front court. Horn set here from Derby. Smith looks at the handoff, but look goes the other way and gets the and one, and nice play by design there. Smith refusing the handoff. Jordan Jackson biting on it a little bit, gets the extra step, and one.
Yes, and Malcolm Smith really continues to be the heartbeat for the Trailblazers and will be important in this second half for sure.
Smith again, three the old-fashioned way. Jenkins and Champion. Cracknell. A lot of contact down here, and illegal screen called, and Derby's adjustments have really made Rockets' rhythm fall out.
Yeah, not the start the Rockets were looking for, but a couple of changes from Coach Nurizadeh, so let's see if that makes a difference to the start of this third quarter.
Here's Harrison, again back to that horn set here for Derby. Here's the handoff that they turned down, this time it's Smith. Got to be going the other way. That looked like a pretty clear charge for me. Cracknell was there early doors. Bit of consultation from the officials, and we'll find out where this one's going. 13 offensive foul, and that's for me, the correct call. But again, I know I'm a slight homer, but looked like Cracknell was there pretty early.
Yes, I think Cracknell took the charge just before there was a foul that I think that was going to be called on Finn Porter.
Here's Jenkins, releases Cracknell off that screen, gets Raheem May-Thompson up in the air, and again, lots of contact and nothing doing.
Yeah, I mean, we had pretty good view of that, and yeah, it was poleaxed.
Inbounds here with Jemai Jenkins. Now Cracknell again, who looks in the mood for this one. Goes at Raheem May-Thompson. 3 on the shot clock, got to put this one up. Porter does, he'll be way short. So it was tipped, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Still not finding any rhythm here, Rockets early on. 48-44, Derby slowly eating into the lead. 7:58 in this third quarter. Brueggemann finds Dietrich. Going to that high-low set from earlier. May-Thompson to the pull-up. Front rims this one, and the guards of Rockets will clear. Out and running already. Brueggemann and Cracknell double coming. Skip to Pinnock. Now Jenkins is defended well by Dietrich. Better defense here from Derby, and they're making it really tough on Reading. Big offensive rebound, but foul called.
Yeah, the Trailblazers have definitely come out in this second half and defending Rockets a lot better. I think Coach Matt Shaw will definitely be wanting them to get going on the offensive end, as it's only 3 points have been scored so far in this quarter.
Be interesting to see a Reading go away from something that's dribble heavy on offense, because that's what they're defending better. They're defending the dribble elements of offense better. And now we've got another foul and one. Basket's good. Fouls on Finn Porter. 1 to come, and it's going to be a timeout for Coach Nurazadeh as the Trailblazers have the chance to bring this within 1. And Ben, what do you think? Sam is going through on this one?
Well, that's twice Malcolm Smith's got position inside, and twice he's been fouled. I think for Porter there, that was a real unnecessary foul. He just nudged him in the back. I think if you're just out of position, you've got to just give those ones up and play. But I think shot selection for the Rockets, as you say, I think Coach needs to look at something that involves less dribble action and more stuff away from the ball. But also defensively, just have a look at when Malcolm Smith does post up. What do the Rockets need to do? Do they need to double? And where that double comes from.
I can still hear Bailey on full volume on the other far side here. If anything, the warnings made him more irritated and louder.
Yes, and you know, I'm just hoping not to be called into action again. I've had a very active day so far.
I hope you do. I sincerely hope that you have to eject him from the arena.
Yeah.
If
I do, I might do a dance as well.
I would really enjoy
Music
that.
here is great.
Coach Thorne's in on the stream. Game today for him is, can they stop Malcolm Smith? Too many lapses from the Rockets. And again, there's 2 schools of thought here, isn't there? Is that, do you allow Malcolm Smith to score what he's going to score and hope you stop everyone else, or do you stop Malcolm Smith?
I think the key thing is to not let Malcolm Smith score in the spots that he's really good at. It's more to force him to take mid-range jumpers and things like that.
Totally agree. Get him out of position a little bit. Here's Cracknell. The ball is off the floor, so maybe they listen to us. Great finish from Pinnock, who goes right, switches to the left hand, and the finesse over the front of the rim.
Yeah, beautiful reversal by the Rockets, allowing Pinnock to go one-on-one at his strength.
Back to this horn set. There's another foul here. Off the ball. It's Dixon who's just body checked Harrison. And again, these are tough ones. You know, growing up, I remember there being that sort of physicality. And his 4th foul too. Massive blow for the Rockets. He will be done until probably the mid-4th quarter. Can't really lose Dixon for the rest of the game.
Well, yeah, he's been a big influence with the Rockets, scoring 10 points already, which is much needed with Troy Cracknell only on 5 points in the game. But I think the other thing is that the Rockets now in the penalty with 6 minutes left. They're going to have to defend really well. Yeah, turnover by the Rockets and just an unforced error, really. And Finn Porter threw that one out of bounds. So the Trailblazers with a chance here, Mark, to either tie the game or lead by 1.
Here's Harrison going right, not his strong hand. Will want to come back to his left, just drops it off to Smith. As I say, will want to come back to his left. Defended better this time by the Rockets. Smith elbow and gets that one to go. And I think we'll still call that a spot he's fairly comfortable in.
Yeah, he had, to be fair, he has missed a couple of those so far, but as I said to you earlier on, it's something that he can knock down for sure.
Pinnock gets the step on Brueggemann, who fouls him on the floor. Basket good. Continuation given.
Yes, we're seeing lots of different things here today.
There's a variety of calls.
But sorry, Mark, I was going to say the positive for the Rockets is Reece Pinnock finding some really good scores early on in this third quarter.
Yeah, continuing to play well, Reece Pinnock. To the line for 1, doesn't get it to go. And that one might just drop out of bounds, doesn't. Saved by Harrison. 52-50, just under 6 to go here in this third quarter. Smith on the elbow will get the step again on Porter. Doesn't get the layup this time. It's Cracknell in transition. Darby with numbers. They'll reverse through quickly to Pinnock. Thought about the 3, but stops and takes his time. And it's a good possession here. Applauded by Fish next to me. Like the patience on that one. Pinnock, good skip to Cracknell. He'll get inside, but he's bumped by Brueggemann, and that patience pays off. Great find from Pinnock that time.
Yeah, really good. And as I say, I think that's something that Reece Pinnock has really improved with his game. Much more balanced and finding the advantage with Cracknell, who draws the foul.
Here's Champion. He looks to go baseline. Defense picking up here from Darby. They're crowding the ball, but Cracknell for that mid-ranger and gets it to go, and Rockets lead by 4.
Yeah, nice little elevator action by the Rockets out of bounds.
Defended along the base on another foul call. This time on Champion. Another warning of a technical. Although he's already had a technical. So can you have another warning in your extensive officiating background?
I don't know, but the bench is getting excited, and of course...
Not in this country.
No.
Not on my watch.
No. So, yes. It's just better if I don't comment.
I like to bait you into this stuff, though.
Oh, well, there is a technical foul.
There it is.
Yeah. Lewis Champion has been called for that.
We knew it was coming somewhere.
The Rockets have just got to be careful here, just not to get involved too much. It seems like the officials are looking for this sort of stuff, which is a shame, but Lewis Champion just needs to keep his head. Rockets still with an advantage in the game, so...
Deep line makes the second of 2. Porter, Champion, Darby back to the zone. Powell try and overload this side with this high-low. Powell now goes. shot clock at 6. This is Pinnock. Finds Powell. He's going to try and get down the lane. Champion will need to put this up. There's no time, and it's over. And this is the type of thing that Derby like. End of shot clock. They play defence hard for all 24 seconds. That will be a big boost to them.
Yeah, the key thing there was that the Trailblazers didn't let the Rockets get a paint touch early on. The Rockets just ran out of time when they eventually did.
Harrison down the lane, trying to get back to that left hand. It's deflected by Cracknell. Nothing there. 5 on the shot clock. Deep now for Derby. They will have to put something up. Brueggemann, challenge. Nothing doing. Rockets could get out and run here, and they tried. Defended by Dietrich in the front court to slow them down. It's Cracknell. Finds Champion. Thought about loading up for the 3. He'll go screen and roll with Porter instead. It's the lift from Pinnock and thrown away.
Yeah, Rockets struggling here offensively. Only 6 points scored so far in this quarter in the first 6 minutes of play. So that is of a concern, but they're not conceding too much.
Offensive foul the other way. Here we go.
Yeah. If you're a salesman today, you are in the win column.
Interesting statistic will be the foul count for this quarter.
Yes.
Can you get that from live stats? By quarter? Probably can't, can you?
Well, if you wanted to watch lots of fouls, this is the game.
Correct.
Mind you, two teams, as we said before, two teams really slugging it out, and you know, there's actually some really good basketball being played as well. Both teams defending certain actions really well, trying to take away the heartbeat of each other's team, and it's an intriguing encounter, that's for sure.
Here's Cracknell. He's going to dial up the 3. He's been looking for a few, hasn't got it to go, and big board from Dietrich, and they're out and running. 2-on-1. It's thrown ahead. Good catch from May Thompson. Goes to the right hook and scores.
Yeah, great transition play there by the Trailblazers as they tie it up.
Tied up at 54. 3:39 to go. Cracknell again for 3. Fouled and one. 4-point play. Possibility here for the Rockets.
Yeah, great shot by Troy Cracknell. Reece Pinnock is really pumped for this one. And Troy Cracknell will have a chance, as you said, Mark, to make it a 4-point play and a much-needed score for the Rockets.
Yeah, chance to make this a 4-point game with 3.5 to go. Again, momentary break gives us a chance to thank everyone for joining us on the live stream. 190 now, Fish. Show your confidence in 200.
Well, I think it was your confidence.
No, I think I asked.
No, you said it was a certainty. So, anyway.
And I guess you said without question, or whatever you said. You were confident either way.
Well, let's hope it happens then.
Cracknell completes the 4-point play, 58-54. Charlie Brown into the game for Derby, and Donaldson back in. And here is Donaldson, foul trouble in the first half. Finds Charlie Brown. And bumped, and another offensive foul.
Amazing.
This is
good defence, though, by the Rockets on that possession, to be fair, though. Lewis Champion doing a good job on the scout there, and Malcolm Smith was defended a lot better in that possession.
Here is Cracknell and Champion. Porter gets the screen on Charlie Brown. Finds Porter high post, going to need to hurry again. It's down to 5 on the shot clock. Champion tries to turn it up, should have dropped it off to Powell underneath. Again, on the not being the last man, I'm not sure that can be intentional, unless it was a complete grab. But it is team foul, so Derby will shoot anyway.
Yes, officials have chosen not to go to VAR.
I feel like you've had that loaded the whole week.
No, not at all. I just... VAR is an interesting topic, and I think video replays in basketball as a whole is. It's a debate we will open to the viewers. Should there be some sort of video replay?
Fish is not wearing his QPR shirt today, which he promised me he would if QPR won. So I think you know what happened there.
Reading 2, QPR 2.
Charlie Brown gets the free throws to go. 56-58. Just under 3 to go. Extended pressure here from Derby, although it is a little bit of token pressure. Pinnock, Cracknell. Now Jenkins will go off the Cracknell screen. He opens. Here's Powell. He'll get himself all the way inside. Drop off to Jordan Jackson. Needs to try and hook that in, but doesn't find time and space. He'll go to his righty hook, which he's usually pretty good with, and makes it.
To be fair to Jordan Jackson there, a much better patience from him. I'm really, really impressed with that, and he found his strength there. Good job from Jordan Jackson.
Harrison scouts to go under his screen. Perry, Donaldson, he'll dial his own number, and it's in and out for Eric Donaldson. Reading going the other way, needs to come right here. There's the numbers on this side, they stay on the left. Powell down the lane will switch hands and try to put it up, can't get it to go, and there's a push in the back from Jackson, and I imagine that will put him into late-ish foul trouble. It's been a very long third quarter, this.
Certainly has, yeah. They're foul number 3 for Jordan Jackson. With both teams in the penalty, that's 2 shots. But, yeah, Zach Powell, 2, I'd say, difficult possessions, really, for him. First of all, not really defending Donaldson how he needed to on the perimeter. And second of all, taking a tough finish inside very early on. That was the time, I think, for the Rockets where they actually got the ball, despite the open 3, and they needed some good offense.
Malcolm Smith makes his first, and buries the second. Pressure again from Derby, dribbled away from by Pinnock. Handoffs, they stay in the 2-3 zone. They'll again try and overload this side. They go to the weak side. Pinnock throws it up. Nothing doing this time, and the change of defense is working. This second unit for Derby's getting it done. It's Brown and Harrison. Smith inside just gets that great body in the way of Jordan Jackson and goes baseline. Nothing doing.
Good defense, making Smith take the fade away.
1:20 to go. Here's Powell for 3. Nothing doing. He's struggling offensively in the last couple of minutes, not only with the shooting but the decision making. This is Donaldson, Harrison, Brown with a rare attempt from the field, and it's Perry who puts it back in off of the tip from Malcolm Smith. And we are tied at 60, under a minute to go.
Yeah, the Trailblazers done a good job chipping away at the Rockets in this quarter.
The zone still slowing down Reading. Not a great perimeter shooting unit in. It's Powell down the middle, tries to drop it off, and it's another tough decision. That's the one you try and finish towards the middle. Here's Donaldson. Harrison. Going to go back to Malcolm Smith. Haven't run a double at him yet. There's that 12-footer he likes, and Jordan Jackson doesn't come up with it, but Jeremiah Jenkins does. And jump ball called, and Derby will get that one back.
I have to say that I think that's a really, really poor call. I'm not normally one to put it out there, but you have to let players gain possession first of all before anything else. I think, yeah, that was a bit quick on the whistle.
Agree, and although Derby have started this quarter 7 down, they've just chipped away at this lead, and as I say, we are now tied at 60. 19 seconds ago, 14 on the shot clock. They're going to go back to Malcolm Smith, but they've gone away from Smith this time with Brown, and it's taken away by Zach Powell. He'll go all the way in for the right-handed layup. Nice from Zach Powell. Got to defend now. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2. It's May Thompson on the baseline. Nothing doing, and Rockets just edged this one by 2 at the end of the third. And A whistle-heavy third quarter ends in a high-tempo finish. Rockets escape with a 2-point lead going into the fourth.
Yeah, they certainly do, and I think the Rockets will need to be thinking about the rebound. That's what's kept the Trailblazers alive. They'll need to be thinking about that. They have, to be fair, defended Malcolm Smith better in the latter part of this third quarter. They've made him take tougher shots, and I think the other thing is that against Derby's zone, they need to find the inside a little quicker. Generally, they're not sort of penetrating the gaps and the seams until about 7-6 seconds left on the shot clock. So that's probably it for the Rockets. But the Trailblazers doing some good things out there. They need to keep going through the inside. I think Malcolm Smith will attract a lot of attention. And you can just see the Trailblazers, you know, knocking down a few shots. So it's all to play for in this fourth quarter. What a game we have here.
Absolutely great game here at the Valley. Superb advert for NBL Division 1 action. As Ben says, I think we've had some good adjustments from Coach Shaw. The change-up of fronts in the zone have just slowed Reading down a little bit, made it difficult for them to get into any rhythm. Reading starting with some foul trouble with Dixon means they have to run a different unit, and my esteemed co-host has just pointed very confidently down to the 211 viewers watching. So thank you very much, everybody on this live stream. Appreciate people dropping in and saying hello. Keep the comments coming. As I say, I love the community. They're doing a good job of talking about the game, and let's keep doing more of that. Big fourth quarter. Great time to tell your friends to log on to YouTube, the Basketball England YouTube channel, and you can watch the closing quarter of Reading versus Derby. Champion, Jenkins on the lift to the screen and roll. Skipped again to Champion. He'll get himself inside. Derby crowding the middle. Good find from Champion, and Jenkins thought that one might go, and it's just seen out by Eric Donaldson. I'm excited about this one. We've got a good one going into the fourth.
Definitely, but I think part of it is how much of Rockets got left in the tank. They've played with a relatively short rotation today, so that'll definitely be key.
Foul call on Jackson. That will be his fourth, if my memory serves me correctly. It is. He will be spelled by Finn Porter.
Yeah, and great pass there by Ryan Brueggemann to find Jonas Dietrich. Just to remind ourselves that Reece Pinnock and Ben Dixon are currently out of the game, and they've been two really influential players in the game so far.
Yeah, Dixon has 4 fouls, doesn't he? So I think that's seen him take an early seat. Dietrich with a chance to tie this one up. He does, and we're tied at 62. Lots of noise here. Defense chance from the Blazers fans. Let's go Rockets. From the Rockets fans, the zone from Matt Shaw, high post. It's Cracknell likes that spot, should get the friendly roll, doesn't. Just escapes him that time. It's Donaldson into the front court. May Thompson high-low with Smith, and it's blocked by Porter. Cracknell finds Finn Porter inside for 2. That's a goaltend, and that one will count.
Yeah, and I have to say credit to Zach Powell there. Didn't panic, found the right pass, and then Cracknell just delivered the goods to Porter inside for 2.
Donaldson, Brueggemann. Screen with May Thompson. He's just trailed by Jenkins, and he can't do much to stop Brueggemann as he turns the corner with the right left-handed layup. Yeah,
nice little action. Flare screen into pick and roll there from the Trailblazers.
Thrown away by Jenkins, and it's Malcolm Smith out ahead, and he'll just lay one in for 2. And that's an early timeout from Coach Nurazade. I believe that will be his second of the second half. Trying to keep this one close, I imagine, but does that worry you a little bit, Fish? 2 timeouts with still 8 to play?
Tricky one, isn't it, really? I don't think coach is happy with what he's seen coming out of the end of the third quarter, so he's trying to nip it in the bud early on. Needs to set the team up and just remind them of the keys. I think otherwise this game could get a little bit too far away from them, but they're right in the ball game. Maybe it is an early timeout that only leaves with one for the last 8 minutes and a possible end game. You have to see. It's always a roll of the dice as a coach. You know, do you stop the run, stop the flow, or do you save your timeouts?
Yeah, difficult. It's only a 2-point lead, isn't it? Maybe it's a bit early. Who are you and I to say?
Well, true.
Nobody's.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we will see how that one plays out. Coach Shawstu has all 3 of his timeouts here in this fourth quarter. So has the chance to manage this one over the next 8 minutes.
Just noticed me and Coach Shaw have the same sort of hairstyle. Fantastic news. He is one of my heroes, I have to tell you.
This is the sort of detailed observations people join the stream for.
Well, absolutely.
It's not X's and O's, it's haircuts.
Yeah.
This is Jenkins. Again, slowed down well here by Derby as they extend. And it's 10 seconds before Rockets see any kind of any kind of action into the shot clock, and foul this time from Donaldson. May well be his 4th, which it is. Jace Harrison will check in for Donaldson.
Yeah, Donaldson's found it tough to get going just because of his foul trouble in this particular game.
Yeah, very hard to find a rhythm like that. Derby stay in the zone. They know it's doing a job here on Reading. Powell at the foul line, nothing doing this time, and bodies on the floor. It's Porter and Brueggemann. Rockets a man down here, and it's Harrison wide open on this left wing, and fortunate to get away with that one, but it's May Thompson on the rebound. Goes glass, doesn't get it, and the brute strength of Malcolm Smith. Rebound and foul.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the Trailblazers will be really happy with that possession because they've got the person that they want to shooting the ball in Zach Powell for the Rockets, and then they've done a really good job on the glass keeping the ball alive, and I think that's the 2 keys really for the Rockets here.
Powell takes it, Dixon back in with 4 fouls, and I think that's a good sub, and it's nothing against Zach Powell. I think when you're seeing a lot of zone and you're not regarded as a perimeter shooter, it's tough to be on the floor if you can't really get either going.
Absolutely, and this is where the coaches earn their money, because they need to be tactical in what they do, and they need to put out the unit on the floor as regards to what's happening.
Porter gets a rebound, turns it over, and Harrison just gets the ball knocked away from him, and it's Pinnock back in, as Fish had just pointed out before we saw this round of subs, that Dixon and Pinnock had been sat, and they were 2 starters that are pretty key for Reading at the minute.
Yeah, a bit of a poor turnover there by the Rockets right under their own rim.
Now there's a foul call?
No, I think the shot clock's been reset to 12.
Oh, excuse me. Shot clock to 12. Just jumping back into comments, which players are on 4 fouls. I'm a very brief look for you. Champion has 4, Dixon has 4, Eric Donaldson has 4 for Derby. There's another whistle. This one is Porter. That will be his 2nd.
Yeah, been a tough outing for Finn Porter so far this evening. He's got a hard matchup in Malcolm Smith and hasn't quite got going at the offensive end.
Matt Johnson lurking in front of our commentary position.
Perusing, I was going to say, yes.
Lurking sounded far more sinister.
Yeah.
Smith against Porter. goes up and under this time, and it's Nurizadeh looking for a travel call. He's not going to get one.
Yeah, Finn Porter's jumping at everything Malcolm Smith offers, though, and Malcolm Smith with the step through for 2.
Derby jump out to a 4-point lead, but I've switched back to the man. Dixon, 8 on the shot clock. This is Cracknell. He will pull up. Nothing doing this time, and great box out from May Thompson. Porter couldn't get anywhere near it. It's skipped to Dietrich. He is off this time, and Dixon fighting underneath with May Thompson, and nothing doing, and just the hard work here of Derby is allowing them to extend this lead. It's a 4-point lead at the minute with just under 7 to go. Chance to make it a 6-point lead.
Yes, and the Rockets only scoring 16 points in these 13 second half minutes. They're finding it difficult to play against the zone, and the Trailblazers doing a great job on the offensive glass.
He does extend it to 6. This is Jenkins. Rockets need a score. Have gone very, very quiet this second half. Stolen away by Brueggemann, and that will be a layup, and this is extending quickly. 8-point lead here for Derby at the right time. Rockets need a spark. Jenkins wants to be that spark, and he might just be with the 3. Big shot from Jeremiah Jenkins.
Wow, that was a hat-to-make basket, pulled up off the pick and roll, sorry, and reduces the arrears to 5.
Back to Smith. They'll want him to shoot that one rather than get inside, and that time it's worked. Better defensive job from Porter. Back to Jenkins. Rockets need Jenkins to keep going. Goes to the spin and tries to find Porter. It's skipped to Pinnock. Now Cracknell, he might have a look, but he's guarded by Thompson. Now Pinnock, he might have a look, and he's going to get called for the travel. Can't make his decision. Brueggemann with Thompson. Now they're back to their horn set that has the handoff. Brueggemann with the pull-up. Doesn't get it to go, and it's a good job that one misses. Rockets 5 down here. It's Cracknell going the other way. Foul line jumper, and gets that one to go. A bit of momentum building, and Matt Shaw takes an early timeout to stem the flow of the Rockets scoring, as they've got it within 3, and we've got a bit of an interesting back and forth, haven't we?
Yeah, let's look at the last couple of possessions. A Malcolm Smith mid-range jumper, probably good for the Rockets. Then Brueggemann pulls up with Dixon right in his face. Rockets clean up the rebound. Jenkins with a tough 3, and then Troy Cracknell in one of his favourite spots at the foul line. So a good couple of possessions for the Rockets. This is what they need to keep doing. But a really good timeout by Coach Shaw. Although it's only a 4-zip run, he just wanted to snap that quickly.
219 of us on the live stream. Again, very, very pleased for joining. I was going to say we're part of that 219 because you're watching it, and I was. So,
well, it's 223 now, so it's fine.
Oh, it's fine, we're covered.
Yeah.
5:32 to go in this one. Derby now lead the back and forth game 72-69. Rockets led by 7 at the half. Derby chipped away at it in the 3rd quarter. Got it down to a 2-point lead, and have started the 4th in good form, and they've extended their lead to as many as 6.
So I'm just wondering here if and when Coach Nurizadeh will put Jordan Jackson into the game. Interesting to see what he does. That matchup with Malcolm Smith has been a real key one. Malcolm Smith still leading all scorers of the game with the big 3-0.
He's gone big. So here we go. 5:26 to go in this 3rd. Brueggemann will go past Cracknell with the slight delay, and it's Dietrich fires one off. No foul call this time, and it's in the hands of Jeremiah Jenkins and Lewis Champion. They'll get Jenkins off the ball. Dixon looking for an open shot. Derby guarding the interior well, but it's Jenkins again for three, and he ties this one up at 72.
Jemiah Jenkins really come to play in this second half. Back-to-back threes, well, almost back-to-back threes.
Still one-on-one here is Smith and Porter, and going to go back to our good friend Josh Thorne, who said you might want to run two guys at him in about the first minute, and I think Thorne might be on to something.
Yes, and as we said just a couple of minutes ago, it's a tough matchup for Finn Porter, and the Rockets are probably going to need to do something a little bit different in these last 5 minutes.
Smith makes the first. Front rims the second, so just a 1 point lead here for Derby as Cracknell escapes some pressure and it's Champion and Harrison. Porter to Jenkins, who's had the hot hand here for Reading. Thought about the deep three. He switched on to Donaldson. Jenkins wants to get this one up. He does. And he makes another one. And the streaky scorer, Jemiah Jenkins, keeps it going for Reading, puts them ahead by one.
Damn, that's a tough baseline jumper, but Jenkins really hot-handed, as you say, as the Rockets get the turnover.
Jenkins to Cracknell, now to Dixon. They're going to want to try and find the hand of Jemiah Jenkins again. It's 5 on the shot clock. Champion needs to find a shot here. I don't know if they've seen it. It's Cracknell. Gets it off just before the shot clock and makes it!
Tough shot by Troy Cracknell, but what a pull-up jumper to give Rockets a 3-point lead with 3.5 left.
This is Brueggemann. Goes away from the screen from Smith, and it's Harrison for three. Doesn't get it to go, and Rockets slowing the tempo. Less possessions for Derby and chance to extend their 3-point lead here. Jenkins again, he's had the hot hand. Cracknell defended well by Thompson, and he'll try and get away with one, and it's Brueggemann, but it's just out of bounds. Stays with Rockets, but the shot clock down to 6.
It is indeed, but I really like the way right now Matt Shaw's conducting himself. He's very calm on the sideline, always a very objective with what he's doing. There's lots and lots of time left in this game, and I think with 2 timeouts left, he can always just pick apart this little run that the Rockets have. But this is going to be a really important 6 seconds for the home team. There's no question about that.
While our dedicated team here of youngsters get this floor dried up, great time to tell your friends about the stream. Just over 3 minutes to go. 3-point lead. It's been back and forth in this fourth quarter, and it looks like we're heading to a close finish. So let everybody know that this is the place to be in the next 5 minutes. Jenkins tries to lob it up to Porter. Nothing doing. It's knocked away from Derby. May Thompson the other way. Gets all the way to the foul line. It's Brueggemann. Skip to Harrison, now to Thompson. He'll pull up for 3, and he will make it and tie the game at 76.
Yeah, it's that man, Raheem May Thompson, puts almost a dagger in the heart of the Rockets there as they were on a little run.
Cracknell with Champion looking for Cracknell or Jenkins. It's Jenkins to the pull-up, another 3, this one short. Looked like Donaldson may have got a hand to it. It's tipped just out the fingers of Porter on the baseline, and Rockets with an extra possession.
I mean, what a game this has been. Whatever the outcome, it's been a fantastic game. And I have to say the Rockets are much improved from early season.
Cracknell, shot fake, 3, doesn't go. Dixon should have come up with it, but doesn't, and he's going to be called for the foul. That'll be the end of Ben Dixon this evening.
Yeah, there's fine margins in basketball, isn't it? Just a fumble on the rebound, and then the foul. That's a double whammy, certainly. And with Rockets in the penalty as well, that will also be 2 shots.
massive factor here. A good spot there, Fish. Derby have 3 fouls to give. Reading in the penalty means that Derby can always keep it close. A little foul call here and there, and they go back to the line, keep the scoring going.
Well, the other thing is they can gamble a little bit more, and you know, with the way the game is being called right now, you know, sometimes those gambles will pay off. And Malcolm Smith missed the first free throw.
But he makes the second, and Derby now lead this by 1. 2:20 to go. Loddon Valley is loud, and it's a slip there from Jenkins. Puts it on the deck, finds Pinnock. Cracknell wanted that one back as he was open for a second, and we're down to 6 on the shot clock again. Derby doing a good job defensively. Cracknell all the way down the lane, tough finish. Just rolls off the rim, and it's Derby the other way. As I say, they lead by 1. Brueggemann, May Thompson against Pinnock. It's a bit of a mismatch here. Defended well by Pinnock, but the turnaround is rims out, and there's bodies on the floor. There's bodies everywhere. May Thompson thought about the 3. Brueggemann, Donaldson, 12-foot pull-up, nothing doing, and it's Porter. And the foul's on Champion underneath, and it will stay this end.
Wow, what a possession that was. And Lewis Champion fouls out on that one as well. But, yeah, the Rockets really tried their hardest there. Raheem May Thompson took a tough shot against Pinnock. But the Trailblazers really do have a way of keeping the ball alive and have ended up with 2 shots.
The crowd letting the officials know their disapproval. Missed again, Malcolm Smith. Chance to get the lead to 2. And he does, goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Yeah, final 90 seconds of the game.
Derby leads 78-76. Jenkins to Pinnock, back to Jenkins, who has been the spark plug in this 4th. Now it's Cracknell, they need a bucket, but down to 6 again. We've said it repeatedly. Jenkins will have to go to the pull-up. He does, and that one rims out. Porter nearly comes up with it. Pinnock nearly comes up with it, but it's Jace Harrison who has it. Minute to go here, 78-76 Derby. This is a big possession here for Reading. Got to keep it within a score. Pinnock defends Brueggemann well. He fumbles it, and Reading going the other way. Ahead, Porter catches, dunks in, and it's a huge dunk from Finn Porter.
Incredible! What a dunk from Porter!
Ties it up at 78. 39 seconds to go. Harrison, Powell bites on the fake. It's the right-hander from Harrison. It's tipped around, and Donaldson comes up with it. We're tied at 78, 13 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock. May Thompson, foul line, rims out. Rockets come up with it with Jeremiah Jenkins. They've got 12 seconds to go. It's tied at 78. 7-6. Jenkins, foul.
Good foul by the
Great
player.
foul.
Yeah, good foul by the Trailblazers, and that's a real heady play there. As much as Eric Donaldson fouls out of the game, I think it's called on him. It is a good play with fouls to give, just to stop the play in transition, with Derby at a disadvantage. Something
Controversial though. Does it give Reading the chance to set up a shot, or are you happy at being able to set up your defence?
I think, well, the other thing to put into account is the Trailblazers still have 2 fouls to give, so they can have a look at what Reading are going to run in the first possession and then foul when the ball comes in.
That's why you're the brains of this operation.
Well, not really, but
and I'm just the average looks.
But my goodness, 78 apiece with 5 seconds left. Honestly, this has been one of the best games I've seen in a long time. Amazing to be part of, and wow, who's going to win? It could be overtime.
2:46 on the live stream. We are plenty of viewers. 5 seconds to go. 78-78. The Finn Porter dunk on Raheem Thompson. Could it have been a foul, Fish?
Yeah, it may well have been, but yeah, I mean, if there's one way of making sure you score, it's to stuff it home like that. I wish I could do that.
Back in your days to see all those dunks.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, here we go. This is going to be interesting. So, you know, it's don't turn it over, Rockets.
Yes. Brian Balser says foul before any shot. I think we agree here. You've got time to extend this game a little bit, see what there's going to be run. 5 seconds is not a great deal of time, but it's enough to run an action and get a shot. Here we go. 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, no 5-second violation either. You
Needs
definitely
to get the ball
don't
in
want
bounds.
that.
Here's Cracknell. We'll go at May Thompson on the baseline. There's a lot of contact, and he will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, great job by Troy Cracknell. Found it hard to get open, but got himself open in the corner. Managed to drive to the basket. Obviously, Matt Shaw is going to be clever here because he's got 2 timeouts left. He'll take a timeout before the free throws to get Troy Cracknell thinking about them. And I'm sure he'll take a timeout after the free throws to advance the ball.
Brilliant after timeout stuff from Samit Nurazadeh. I think we all thought shot. He thought time to get to the rim, and he, by design, gets Cracknell off a curl to the corner and gets him isolated against Raheem Thompson. Goes one-on-one and gets the foul. So excellent work from the coaches. And as you say, Matt Shaw with a chance here to... Do they still use the term ice the free throw shooter? Like, is that a thing?
Well,
was it ever a thing?
No, but it is now.
Yeah.
78, 2 seconds left, and Howard comes up with an absolute crazy thought.
Listen, that's what we do around here. 2 seconds to go. 78-78. Troy Cracknell is on the free throw line for Reading. He will shoot 2. Matt Shaw of the Derby Trailblazers still has another timeout. So on a made free throw, he will inevitably take timeout, advance the ball.
What do you think about making the first and then missing the second?
It's an excellent, excellent call. I just thought about it in my head.
Well, he's going to make the first.
He's going to make the first,
yes.
And then is 1 point enough? Does that worry you? Because any kind of foul or anything like that, I don't. I think if it's me, I'm making 2. Makes the first.
But if you do miss, make sure you miss correctly. Don't give a chance for a stoppage in the game. That's really important.
He does miss the second
He's done
intentionally.
That. We've won.
And
incredible.
It's game over. And Reading escape with a 1-point win here at the Valley as the crowd are on their feet. And Fish, Coach Nurazadeh, the mastermind himself, misses the second. Not enough time for Derby. Game over.
Wow. What a game of basketball, Mark, first and foremost. It has been unbelievable. The game has toed and froed. Rockets started the season 0-5 and have now got back to the 500. They're now 6-6. What a run they've had, and what a win they've just recorded. Fantastic. NBL Division 1 basketball at its best.
Absolutely, and I cannot thank everybody enough. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. It's been a really, really good evening, both in the house and on the stream. Doesn't get a better advert for the basketball than that. There's easily 300-400 here today. There's 270 on the live stream. It's been a great evening. So I don't think there's much more to say. It's been such a back and forth. Reading lead by 7 at the half. Derby get it back to within 2 at the end of the third. They lead by 6 in the fourth, and Reading comes back to win it by 1 on a free throw in the last 2 seconds of the game.
Yeah, well, really good, and you know, we saw some standout performances there. Jemiah Jenkins led his team with 20 points, Troy Cracknell with 16, and remember, Troy Cracknell didn't really get going in that first half. Reece Pinnock and Ben Dixon, 24 points between them, which was a really good outing for them. Malcolm Smith was superb in the game, 33 points, led all scorers. But many congratulations to the Rockets. I mean, the Derby Trailblazers put up one heck of a fight. And as we said, what a game.
Absolutely, what a game here this evening. We'll sign off on that note. Rockets win it by 1, 79-78. Troy Cracknell with ice in his veins. scores the final free throw, and it's all said and done. Join us again here at the Valley. Don't want to miss any more. Dream Team, packed house, me and Fish. We'll see you next time.